downplayed. Like if they were hilarious. I loved them. I would never ever think of going to a monster truck rally. It's funny. Someone texted over YouTube, not working.
Yeah, we got the message.
We got the message that it wasn't working, but it wasn't working. Now it is working. Welcome back.
Woohoo!
Welcome back again, and welcome back everybody. This is for you guys for coming back to hang out with us. It's for you guys, and it's for all the people that are working in the hospitals and the places that people need to be working and keeping the rest of us okay. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Woo! Woo! And that's for me too. Yeah. Woo! Thank you guys so much. Thank you. We know it sucks for you guys right now. So hang in there. Try to keep doing what you're doing and doing it well and doing it right.
We're thinking of you.
And remember, this weekend! It's like you'd get in your car, you'd be like, dun, 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 dun. You start that, this weekend in a sea of mud. Like a real, imagine Bob Newhart doing that. Like, yeah, there's going to be some trucks and some dirt and water.
Okay. For the millennials.
For the millennials, Bob, fuck you. If you can look it up, Google it. If you don't know who Bob Newhart is, come on.
And people who didn't grow up here.
Sorry, I swore. We've been watching.
I don't know who Bob Newhart is.
Well, fuck you. I think the message was clear. No, Bob Newhart he's not who he was. He still is Bob Newhart. He's a legendary comedian and funny man who had this sort of delayed and very subtle, I'm not sure, but I think maybe what is obviously right. It's kind of
that was his delivery style.
Yes, yeah, kind of. I've never tried to sum it up until now. But I just always thought it'd be hilarious if he or someone like that did, the ads for the monster truck rally. Like,
cool.
Sunday, there'll be some guys, and there'll also be some trucks and some wet dirt. So check it out. Instead of, this weekend. It was always, and there was Raceway Park. I'm in Jersey. Fucking Jers! What's up, Jers?
Woo!
Yeah. And we had Raceway Park. Raceway Park! I can't go high enough for it. It sounded like if Miss Piggy was trying to. That's not what it sounded like. But
it
was close.
Sound.
It was close. And then we had Autoland, world famous Autoland. Come to world famous Autoland. I used to do a bit about that. Like, is Autoland in Springfield, New Jersey, really world famous? You go to China and be like, you guys familiar with world famous Autoland? They'd be like, yeah, it's right next to the place with the world's greatest pancakes. Which obviously they don't really have. Oh, sorry. Oh, there you are. Sorry about that.
I just have to keep hitting the reconnect
You guys,
button.
You missed this. You missed a taxi cab drive-by, and now everybody else gets a double.
Oh, dear.
Yep, that's right. It's number 6, working from home number 6, fuckers. I got a little cab, and I'm a little crazier than I was a few days ago. Not really. I'm being louder about it. I've been pretty crazy my whole life.
True that.
People. Thank you. Thanks, babe. Thanks very much for backing me up on that.
I disagree with you there.
Anybody out there who knows me knows that, yeah, that's probably pretty fucking true.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it myself until I was older and a more rational person. I'm still nuts, but like I look back at some shit that I did. I'm like, what? Like, why would I do that? And I'm still doing stuff like that. I still like bite off more than I can chew. I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that, no problem.
Yeah.
And then eventually I do it, but it's a battle because I try to do so much. Like I'm still taking, like I've said, but repeatedly on this show, no excuses when it comes to yard work this year. Get out there and get that fucking yard in shape. Not right now, it's dark. Tomorrow. But get out there. There's no excuses. It's always, I don't have time for the yard work. Yeah, well, you're fucking home now, so do it! I don't know why I'm pushing that so hard. I really don't care what you do with your lawn, unless you live right next to me. Or, where I can see your yard. So, clean that shit up. This is really just a way for me to talk to my neighbors. I see. Welcome to the neighborhood. So, we try to keep a nice yard. I like to work outside. I like to try to keep the yard in shape. We both do. Emma does vegetable gardening. She's very knowledgeable on the subject and great at it. I'm often the muscle in the endeavors. She's like, when are you going to help me with the garden? Which means come over here and do exactly what I tell you.
But it's my garden.
Well, yeah, I know, but you need someone sometimes to do some of the heavy lifting.
I know, but you don't want to do it the way I want it done.
Well, yeah. I'm not just, labor for hire, like point me. I have a brain. I'm gonna think about shit.
I know, but I've thought about it for like many days before I get you in there, and then
Right,
you're like,
yeah. I'm like, what are you
and
thinking?
then you're like, no, I'll do it this way. Don't tell me what
there's
to
got to be
do.
a better way to do this. Just give me a few minutes to think about it. You're like, I've been thinking about it for weeks, asshole. You think you're gonna figure some shit out in 2 minutes
There you
that
go.
I did not figure out?
Main
Ugh,
logic.
lagging and more buffering. Sorry, YouTube. I don't know what's going on with you guys.
I think we need it.
Is it on the right? Did we make sure it's on the right server? The right
It was when
Wi-Fi?
when I was setting it up when we were upstairs.
Wi-Fi.
It doesn't mean it didn't decide to change all by itself.
Yeah, now people are chiming in. It looks like it's okay.
I think it needs to be pointing towards the thing. It's an old phone.
It's an old phone. Yeah, it's like
We're using.
it's like 4 years old. It's like a 3-year-old supercomputer. Fucking thing barely works.
Yeah, that one's even older than that.
It's amazing how quickly shit gets old, right? Like, remember when we were first video chatting? It was like, this is amazing. And a week later, like, fucking piece of shit. You're talking to somebody on the other side of the planet, and it goes out for a second. You're like, oh, this garbage. This fucking thing. This free global video chat app that allows me to talk to anyone, anywhere in the entire world, real time. What a piece of garbage. It didn't work for a second. Chuck it. Cheers, everybody. Working from home, part 6. 2 drink minimum. Thanks for staying in.
I don't think I'm really on it with the laughs tonight. I'm all over the place.
I was just thinking it was good.
Oh,
I was like,
cool.
oh shit,
I'll
I'm
be
getting
quiet.
laughs. I feel good. I'm getting laughs. Let me do a little dance. All right, so in an effort to keep the yard in shape, we try to do it chemical free. We're going organic. Like, we want to keep the yard looking good, but we don't want it to be toxic. More importantly, we don't want it to be toxic. Right? Some people are like, no, you spray the most chemicals so powerful that the guy putting it down is wearing a fucking hazmat suit, riding around, and then they're like, no, it's not bad, it's all right. Like, did you see what the guy that was riding that little thing was wearing? And then they let their kids play in the yard, like right after. I'm like, what's the matter with you, man?
Yeah, and now there's all those late night infomercials for, like, if you've got cancer and blah 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 from being the person who applied all this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
come
those
join
fun-
our class action.
You're like, let me relax here by the TV for a minute. You're like, do you have... This commercial comes on. Hey, what diseases have you got? So we're trying to do it organically and safely and non-toxically. So we're using this stuff called corn gluten. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like corn and gluten together.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. It's a pre-emergent weed killer. That's where we've gotten to, guys. We're talking about weed killers, organic weed killers, this week on...
How do you spell that?
How do you spell? Yeah, good luck typing that out. Anybody who wants to put a caption on that. Cheers, you guys. I hope you guys are doing okay. It's more and more Groundhog Day. Like I literally, I'm
yeah.
hearing Sonny and Cher now when I roll over in the morning. I can almost see that old clock on the nightstand. Well, it's Groundhog Day
So
again.
Your little hand in mine.
Yeah. I've got you, babe.
And you've got me.
Yep.
For thick or thin now.
And Sparky's upstairs like, he's gonna howl at some point. He's gonna howl. He's part of this whole corn gluten business too. So,
Right.
so I ordered, I'm like, I can still get stuff delivered. I'm at least keep the lawn in shape.
And support our local
store.
nursery.
Yep, that's right. Where the plants are nurtured. So I ordered some corn gluten. I ordered, 320 pounds of corn gluten. I just made a call and I said, hey, send over, I need a little over 300 of the corn glutes for the yard. And they were like, okay, Mr. Bailey. And they sent that shit over. And I got up my spreader, which I don't know if you're a homeowner who lives where you have to sometimes spread stuff for the lawn and then also salt for the drive when there's ice. You try to get a spreader that'll survive one season of both of those. Most of them don't. You got to clean them out. That's the key. But what happens is you want to leave the salt in there and then you forget about it because it doesn't snow again. And then the salt just eats the mechanism in there, ruins it. So got a new spreader, thought it was ruined like the old one, but it wasn't. A cotter pin had just fallen out, that's all.
Oh, the good old cotter pin.
The cotter pin, which brings me to a new segment that we're going to do. It's called Fictional Word Origins. It's where I make up a history of a term on the spot.
Woo!
So it's total bullshit. It's fictional. But the origin of the term cotter pin. Now I don't know if you don't know what a cotter pin is. It's a pin that kind of holds like another thing that's all kind of like a pin. Usually it's like a rod. A steel rod will go through something like this. Don't send the kids to bed, you wimps. I'm talking about a seed spreader. Now that could be misinterpreted too. Okay. A cotter pin is like if you put a steel rod through something, then it has a little hole in it, and then you stick a pin through it that holds onto it on the other side so it doesn't come out. Go ahead, play that back. Slow motion and then forward. That thing is called a cotter pin because 270 some years ago, a tiny man named Tom Cotter, tiny little guy named Tom Cotter, was hired to climb up underneath a giant wheel mechanism. And he had to hold one end of the pin, the whole machine would have fallen apart. He had to get up there, tiny little Tom Cotter had to get up there and hold on to the pin and keep it from falling out, or the whole machine would have collapsed. And that is the origin of the term cotter pin, thanks to tiny Tom Cotter. Oh, and by the way, hi to my friend Tom Cotter, if you're watching.
Is he a descendant of the...
He's a direct descendant, yeah. Two or three generations, I think. So, cheers to the cotter pin, and the first... and also Emma. I just cheered over her own name. And also my co-host...
That's right. Woo!
Okay, guys. So, I spread the corn gluten. I put the corn gluten out. Thank you. Big fan of corn gluten. Back on the back left.
Oh, yeah.
Going over there. It's the basement. I put the corn gluten out on the lawn. I spread it around. And then we let Sparky out the corn gluten. Every time I did look at him, he was like... Like, he had this look on his face, like, I didn't do nothing. But he was like,
Yeah.
so we were like, holy shit, Sparky's eating the corn gluten.
And he came inside with a very dry mouth.
Yeah, he came in, he's like,
ran to his water bowl.
I'm so thirsty. Yeah, he never does either. He's like, it's like we never see him drink. He's a mystery in a lot of ways. The Sparkle Bark.
Somehow the level of his water bowl goes down.
It goes down, but you never see him.
And we fill it up again, but yeah.
And you don't hear the. Close your eyes. It's just like your dog. It got you. Okay.
I know.
So we were like, I gotta make sure it's okay. He's eating. So I looked it up. Turns out corn gluten, not just a good pre-emergent weed preventative, also a byproduct of making corn syrup. Right. So you make corn syrup. When you're done, you're like, what's this stuff here? What's this sort of yellowy, orangey sort of stuff here? It's the corn gluten. And it says, by far the biggest use of corn gluten is dog food. I guess it's probably okay to let Sparks eat some of the corn gluten, considering that's what they fucking feed the dogs anyway, or at least used to. And but then we were like, wait a minute. How long will it take a 43-pound dog to eat 160 pounds of dog food? Because he would do it if we left him out there.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. And then he'd be laying out there like that dog in the cartoon where the cat there's this great cartoon of his dog who he keeps stealing cats and then selling them back to the owners for ransom, for reward money. I can't remember what it's called, Dog Gone or, some pun thing. But and eventually the cats are like fed up with him. Yeah. And so here's what he does. He kidnaps the cats. He returns them. No, he keeps dressing up the same cat and returning it as these precious cats, and he's getting all this reward money. He steals it. He's got it on a string, so he gives it back to them like it's a baby, and then he's like, yank, and he gets it back, and he keeps doing it, the same cat, and dressing him up. He's a saber-toothed alley catus or something. It's all these like
a Warner Brothers cartoon?
It might be. I don't know. It's just this awesome cartoon. I've told you about it. But so he keeps getting the reward money for this cat that he's dressing up and passing off as these rare, valuable cats that have gone missing. And
nice.
And then he saves up enough money, he buys a butcher shop. And he just goes in there and eats until he can't move,
Oh, God.
And he's making them feed him stuff, like sausages and stuff. And he's like, where's the gravy? He beats them up when they don't have the gravy, And then at the end, he buys a butcher shop. And he's just laying there like, he eats until he can't move, as a dog allegedly would do. I've never seen it happen. It'd be horrible. I've seen some overfed dogs, like that people are trying to see if that'll work. And like if his belly hangs lower than his legs, I don't have to take him for a walk anymore.
Oh, God.
It's terrible. Some dog, you've seen them, they're close to that.
Yeah.
But so this dog's a cartoon dog, obviously, so don't feel bad for him. And he's an asshole. He's a criminal. And he, at the end, he's laying there. He's eating so much meat at the shop. He's like, he can't move. And he's like, and the cat and someone else come in and they're like, this time we didn't forget the gravy. And they're like, boop. And they put a funnel in his mouth and they just start pouring a barrel of gravy in, and he's like, no.
Oh, God.
Left him in the yard, and eventually we'd go out and he'd just be laying there.
Yeah.
He'd be so happy. He might be gluten intolerant. Might be. It's possible, folks.
If he takes after me.
If he takes after you, yeah. He's actually not related to us by... We adopted him.
I always find that funny.
Cheers, everybody. What's that, babe? What do you find funny? Always? I'll do it. I'll do it over and over, whatever it is.
When people ask us if we adopted him,
Yeah, did you adopt him?
And I'm like, well, I didn't give birth to him.
Yeah. No, he was just there.
Yeah.
A stork brought him.
But
A stork flew him in a diaper.
I'm like,
And we were like, he's the wrong species. Drop him off. It's out of my hands. You don't have hands. You're a stork.
yeah, we thought we were getting a human baby, but then we got this puppy instead.
Yeah, exactly.
So we adopted him.
That's awesome. It's another great plot for a cartoon.
Yeah, but like, I think what they're trying to ask is, did we rescue him?
Right, yeah.
Did he come from a ship?
I mean, let's be honest. Even if you buy a dog from a pet shop, you rescued him. It's not like he was... Yeah, whatever dog you get, you're rescuing the dog from some form of peril, I think.
Yeah, they didn't really want to live out their life in the pet shop.
People are like, is he a purebred? Fuck him. Fuck the purebred dogs. Rescue the mutts that really need it, not the royal dogs. Even if you buy one of those, you're rescuing it from, okay.
Right.
I think I've made my point here.
But we do understand. We're going to get a lot of comments, I think, about...
Let's see what Bobblehead Ben thinks about all this. Yeah, that's all he ever does, is bobble his little fucking head. Does he look like me? How? Let me see if I can... Yeah, no, it's not going to work. Only one at a time. There. There, that's almost actual size on YouTube. You guys don't deserve this the way you've been behaving tonight, but just look at that. Hello!
Poor old YouTube.
Oh! Hi! Sorry, that's fun. Now I have to do it for everyone. Here. There, that's almost the same size as the real me behind it.
Nice.
Here we go, Twitters. Whoa! Yay! Sight gags, everybody. That's what it's come to. Stage. Initially, performers, if they were really bad, the ghosts that were haunting the old theater would actually come out and be like, boo, to scare them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah. Yep, I didn't either until just now. That's part 2, fictional fictional word origins.
Woo!
Fictional word origins, part 2. Ghosts were the first people to boo. Oh my god. I'm gonna go back out in the yard.
You totally had me going.
You believe me?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you were focused on something else though.
So I could be excused.
YouTube. YouTube.
Because I was fixing YouTube.
You yellow sons of bitches. I probably shouldn't say that anymore. That probably is a word origin that's offensive. Okay. Fuck. Do we do the corn gluten? Is the dog in, or did he eat himself to death in the yard? That was too loud, everybody. Cheers, motherfuckers. Sorry. We looked at the stats, and
I did, yeah.
yeah, I didn't look because I don't want to look. But there's like a big drop off, and we're like, oh, that's right at this moment. What did anything happen right at that point? We got a big drop off in how many people are tuning in when I say the word fuck the first time. And to those people,
and every time you say it after that,
it just continues to go down.
yeah.
Wow, it's so weird.
On Facebook in particular.
Oh.
I don't know about the others, but yeah.
You know what? Okay, Facebook. You guys, a lot of you leave when I say fuck. Okay? I have a question for you. What do you say when you stub your toe? Be honest. Think about it.
Maybe.
Do you go, oh, darn it?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay. Right. And that was trumpet.
Woo!
We got a lot of fun stuff here, guys. We got a little bobblehead me. He might end up standing in for me at some point. Nice boing, babe. Nice. She pulled that. I didn't even know she had that one in there. The boing. Give that thing some tough love. Okay, wait, hold
You've
on.
already hit reconnect. Okay.
Streaming services provided by Comcast. Somebody says on YouTube. Nice. Nice. That's great. Thank you. And welcome back, everyone. This is another episode of Ben Bailey in front of the blue curtain. This weekend at world famous Autoland. Nothing. Ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing happening there. Hey.
All right, would you like to take some questions?
Yeah, let's take. Yeah, we haven't taken any questions, and we're pretty far in. I got to be honest, you guys. I'm pretty drunk right now. I'm not. A little bit, maybe a little bit.
How many beers?
This is my first beer. But I didn't eat anything, you know. It's so much worse if you don't eat.
Okay.
Okay.
This one's
Here we
probably
go.
a bit old for now.
Oh, yeah? Okay, that's all right. Maybe I have a programmed answer and I won't have to think about it. I could just answer it.
No, I mean, like, I should have asked this when I put the list together
Oh, like weeks ago?
many shows ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
who
do we know who it's from?
It's from Danielle Floyd,
Danny L. Floyd?
and she says...
Or Danielle? Danielle? Danielle. In Australia, your name is pronounced Danielle. Here, it's Danielle. I think. I'm not reading it, so.
I don't know.
And Emma doesn't know either, but I think you know that we're talking to you by now. And what's her last name? Floyd?
Yes.
Floyd, yeah.
I'm
I
trying
love
to
your
read.
band. I love your band, Danielle. Danielle Floyd has a question on which platform?
Facebook.
Let me see if I can see her.
She says,
No. Oh yeah, there she is. Hey.
have you been practicing social distancing? And if yes, then what are you doing to pass the time?
I think that can't you just answer both of those questions by looking at me right now?
Well, I guess she asked it on Facebook.
The answer is yes. Oh, this is an old. I see what you're saying now. Yes, I have been practicing social distancing, and I'm ready to get in the game. I've been practicing. I'm ready to do it for real now.
You ready to get off the bench?
Ready to get off the bench. I'm tired of practicing. I'm going to start actually doing it. Yes, I've been practicing social distancing. We have been practicing the social distancing. Socially, we've been keeping our distance. I can tweak it as far as the angle goes.
Cool.
Yeah, now we've got too much of the table in there. Hold on. Not enough head of Ben Bailey. When I was setting these things up, if I turn the lights just right, you know what? I'm just going to do it one time. But I almost hosted this just as the floating head of me, because if I could set up the lights just right,
Which
you can't see anything but my head floating in here. So maybe we'll... Coming soon to this show, the floating head of Ben Bailey
you did
imparts knowledge.
you did some little characters like that, right?
What?
Those characters.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
recorded the videos of on your
Here-
phone.
This is my studio, you guys. This is where we're in this this recording studio that I built, and sometimes I feel like I'm in here and I have no sense of time, and I just get lost in creating stuff, making stuff, whatever. So once in a while, if the beer and the scotch are just right,
Yeah.
the perfect mix, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do some character stuff, and I'll like turn on the cameras and the mics, and I'll do like, and I'm gonna put it all into something fun at some point. But yeah, I did some characters just into the phone one night. One guy's like, there's a very basic like he's gonna talk like this, and he will come on and say, hello, anybody there? Let me. I just got one question for you, if you don't mind. I just wanted to know. Do you remember? There used to be a show on TV. It was called. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a fun show. There was this bloke. He was driving a cab around New York City, right, and pick people up, and he'd say, "Hey, would you like to win some money?" And then they could win money if they answer the questions right, and then if they didn't, though, he would kick them right out of there. He just put them right on the road, right on the street again. You know what I mean? Do you remember the name of that show? And that's what they. That's what the characters all had in common. They couldn't remember the All right, we're going to do one of those every week too. That's, you know what? I'm honestly thinking of doing this once a week, just so I can say things like next week on next week's show, and like next week or remember last week. But I can't, so I always get to this point. I'm like, on the
very next episode.
In a few days, 4 days from now. What fucking day is it? And what day is the next show? So when I say next week or last week, I really mean show. I want you guys to adjust. Preemptively,
So
know what I mean when I say the wrong thing.
So
Got
you-
it?
So you don't have to.
Yes. You do the work, so I don't have to. That's right. On our next show, we'll have another mystery character guest who can't remember the name of Cash Cab. That was the answer, by the way. If you guys weren't sure, it was Cash Cab. That was the name of the show. Okay, are we going to do another question? Let's do another question.
Sure.
I got to get a mic stand that doesn't have like three legs on the bottom. Because I'm so used to like the little round one. I got to get one of those. I'm going to order it on Amazon and they're going to be like, yeah, people are sick. We'll get that shit to you in October, fucker.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. Totally right. It's right, actually. It's how it should be.
Yeah, we can cope. We can
Yeah.
figure this out without these things.
Yeah.
So, Lourdes?
Lourdes?
I'm
Oh,
going to pronounce
Lourdes.
some of these names wrong.
So
On Instagram says, this is a question my dear father would have loved to ask.
It's you.
He,
Hi, Lourdes. Lourdes.
he has passed.
Oh,
and
I'm
was,
sorry.
And he was the one who got her hooked on Cash Cab.
Oh.
Did you ever get into an accident while driving the cab?
This is one that your dad would have loved to have asked? Okay.
Yeah, he was so impressed at how great you were at multitasking.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, first of all, thank you to you and to him. Second of all, I'm sorry, but I have to...
You must have been working hard up there.
I'm not sweating. I'm just shiny. I hate it when I'm shiny.
Oh,
Could someone do makeup remotely?
hang on.
That'd be
Look,
fantastic.
I don't have to be remote.
Guys, I'm going to get an on-camera touch-up.
We call it a touch-up, but since you never got anything done beforehand,
Yeah, this is just me, man.
it's
We didn't do
it's
anything.
not really a
We
touch-up.
didn't do anything for this.
It's
Nothing.
It's more a touch.
It's more a touch. Here we go.
How's that?
It's just an up. No, you're right. It's just a touch. Oh, we're getting hearts. We're getting mad hearts. We're getting mad love for this, babe.
Okay.
This is behind the
You still
scenes.
look really shiny to me.
Do I?
Should I put some bronzer on
Why
him?
don't you come in here so everyone can see you? This is Emma, everybody.
Hi guys.
She's the one who's been over there.
With the microphone.
It's so much closer than you probably think. In your heads, she's 20 feet
I
away.
look shiny too.
Our
There
feet
we
have
go.
been touching the whole time. They haven't. I'm just kidding. This is Emma, everybody. Show Emma some love. She's doing a lot here to keep this thing going too.
I have.
But
But-
you're getting a lot of highs and hellos.
Hi guys. All right, bronzer for Ben.
Yep.
All right.
Bronzer?
What do you reckon? Blush,
No blush.
mascara,
I'm blushing naturally.
eyeliner.
I'm naturally red.
Tell me when to stop. I'll keep going. Oh, beautiful.
New segment. I smell a new segment.
Doesn't he look beautiful?
Ben gets touched. What do you think, guys? Do I look a little prettier? More blush and guy liner.
Oh, a little guy liner.
No.
That's what we need.
No.
No.
No. I'm a man. No, I'm just kidding. But we did do that once when I hosted this show called Who's Still Standing. It was a cool show. It was like a trivia game show.
Yeah.
One person against 10. Everybody's on a trap door. You give a wrong answer, the door opens and down you go. It was a cool show. They kind of ruined it. Things often. So many times for me, I've had these a lot of other shows other than Cash Cab that were close and were really good,
Yeah.
and just the weirdest little shit just sort of derailed them at the last minute. But that one was cool, man.
It was fun.
That was
It
a fun
like,
show, yeah.
The shots were just amazing of the people falling through the trap
Yeah,
doors.
it's like super high def, super slow mo,
Cameras.
shots of people
Yeah.
dropping. It was always like about 10, 12 feet, 10 or 12 feet drop or something like that into like a pile of foam
Yeah.
rubber blocks.
But you could see them start to drop before the expression on their face changed.
Yeah.
In the slow
Yeah, yeah. It's like it was slowed down so much that their brain was moving,
a little faster than the actual movement of them.
Oh, which reminds me of another segment that we almost forgot. It's called Ben Pretends There's a Technical Problem. Remember?
Yep.
You have to remain totally quiet during this one.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I needed to throw the laugh track
She
in
couldn't
there.
help it. I forced her to laugh. This is so fun. This has been so good for both of us to have this to do. I hope it's been really good for you guys. Judging by the huge numbers, I guess it hasn't been that good.
They're not bad.
I know, I'm just kidding. I was fucking around.
But
This is awesome, you
tell
guys.
your friends if
I
they're
don't
needing
care.
entertainment. And
I gotta be honest, I don't care how many of you guys are watching, as long as the ones that are watching are having a good time, and it's making you feel a little bit better about what's going on in the world. Okay, you can just laugh. Just go ahead and laugh
Sorry.
at my genuine moment.
I was going for the claps and cheers.
I know. Wrong button, baby.
Sorry.
YouTube, you behaving better now. You know what I've learned? I always get mad at one of you guys when something goes wrong, and it's always my fault. So it's just like being a real parent. I am having a great time, Ben. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you are. You know what? Here's to the people that are sticking around and having a great time. Drive by. This is the dumbest.
That's for the audience, those claps and cheers.
It's so not what the cash cab sounds like. Look, it's me in the cab. Can you see me through there?
So, I want to tell these guys.
Oh, you've got something you'd like to say?
Yeah, today
Today, you've got something you'd like to say? Or
It starts with today.
it begins with today, everyone. Here it is.
Yesterday. No.
What a change up!
Today I turned on the TV and I went into search to try and find out when Cash Cab is on and if the new season is going to be on. Because somebody...
That's the name of the show I was looking for. Cash Cab, that was it.
I thought I saw a tweet and someone said they saw the ad for your new show.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, maybe the new season has been scheduled now.
Yeah.
And
Any luck?
And we just haven't heard yet because everything's a bit crazy. I don't know if anyone's heard. There's a bit of a pandemic going on.
There is a pandemic, a bit of a pandemic.
Right. So I'm trying to find out from.
So we don't know.
The guide. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I even
didn't-
reached out. We don't have a premiere date for the new season yet, guys, but it is coming soon.
Yeah, and I did see that all of the last season episodes are playing on Bravo. There's a lot of them playing this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys can watch the last season of Cash Cab, not the new ones coming up. But it sounds like they're on Bravo a lot right now.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to watch some Cash Cab,
Some of them in the
check
early
that
hours
out.
of the morning through till the afternoon. So tape them if you're not going to be up at 4:30 in the morning.
or stay up.
Or
Stay
watch
up.
some of them later on.
You're
If you
working from
can't-
home, man. Make your schedule.
If you can't
Watch that shit at
sleep-
4:30 in the morning.
If you can't sleep, season 13?
Season
I
13.
think. Or 14, and then 15's coming.
I
Anyway,
remember 13. It was
So-
a good one.
so I was watching...
Seemed like bad luck right out of the gate, that one.
I was watching the
Sorry.
ad breaks on Bravo. I wasn't watching the program.
You were fast forwarding through and
Yeah.
checking the ads to
and
see if you could
checking
find
the
it.
ads, and Ben,
Any luck?
And Ben came in, and there was an infomercial on. And I tell you what, I don't know what you guys have been watching lately and what your favorite news show is, but my favorite news show is watching Ben watch infomercials.
Wait a minute. What? Oh, right.
Because he started making up the audio for it as it went along.
This weekend, in a sea of mud.
And I want to find that infomercial again.
It looks cool.
And record you.
It looks like a pretty cool thing. It's like a pot. It's a pot that you can cook pasta in, and then it has a colander like built in. So you turn the pot over and dump the water out, but the pasta stays right there in the bowl, like in the middle.
And Ben was doing a running commentary on the infomercial.
I came in. I was a little hopped up on the caffeine.
Oh, okay.
And maybe a couple of other things. And yeah, I just started doing my own audio for this
riffing,
infomercial.
some improv audio,
And Emma was crying.
Oh,
She
I was. I
borderline
literally
crying.
had tears. I was wiping my face because I was laughing.
It was that
so
fucking
hard.
good, you guys.
So,
That's how good it was.
I think that's a great new segment, or just show all by itself.
Watching Ben watch infomercials.
Yeah.
But do I have to do it the whole time? Like, can there be some downtime? Like, if I'm uninspired, I guess we could edit.
I don't know. It was just my idea for the day. It didn't go any further than that.
All right, well, I think it's a good idea. Maybe coming sometime to this show, which is going to need a fucking name at some point. I guess it's working from home, but I don't know. Let us know what you think. Does that seem like a good name for this?
We'd have to get a little more savvy with our tech before then.
Savvy with our tech.
Or just break it down to one platform.
Break it down.
We've been doing the 4 platforms for you guys.
It's a 4-platform show,
Which
fuckers.
is,
If
well-
we could remember to keep them all on the right Wi-Fi, it'd be a more successful.
We have a very long checklist of things we have to do right now for every phone.
First one, dance.
before the,
Number 1 is
before
dance a
we
little
go
bit.
live.
That's a good way to pass the time here, folks. Just do a little dancing.
Do a little dance, make a little love,
There's 2 good ways to
down
pass the
tonight.
time right there.
get down tonight.
This is the worst, maybe the
I
worst
need
dance.
some music for you.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Aww.
We'll pick some.
All right, what do you want to hear?
We got 17 new segments for next week's show, which is really this week. Remember? You guys are supposed to adjust in your heads for that. Oh, boy, it looks like 8 people left YouTube. Sons of bitches.
Did you swear?
No, that's Facebook has that problem with language.
Oh, you get plenty of YouTube comments saying, if only the stand-up special was clean.
If only it was clean, yeah.
It was
Like,
a
you
neat-
watch the whole thing.
It was a nearly curseless stand-up
It
special.
was nearly curseless, except for that time I said, fuck. Sorry, guys. I like that part of it. I wish I didn't. No, I don't. But I have often gotten shit. I get shit from my family about swearing in my act. They used to say, why can't you be more like Bill Cosby? They don't fucking say that anymore.
Oh dear, they certainly
Wouldn't you
don't.
rather I say fuck once in a while? Yeah.
Yeah, if you keep that shit bottled up, clearly, it's not good for you.
How often is once in a while? How often is that? All of the sudden, once in a while. The full sudden. Okay, let's take one more question. We're getting close. It's coming up to the hour of 9 o'clock
Well,
p.m., which is when we sign off. Generally, who is it that quits early? Is it
it's YouTube. We might get a little
YouTube?
extra
Oh, we
time
might be able to
out
do a little
tonight
bonus
because-
time tonight, guys,
yeah.
because YouTube's only at 50 minutes and 23, 24, 25.
Nice. All right.
can-
Applaud with your hearts if you
I
want
can
Ben to
count.
go a little bit longer tonight.
I'm staying, man. I'm not leaving.
Oh, some good hearts coming in.
I'm not leaving.
All right.
You know who's on after me? Nobody.
All right.
This is great, you
never,
guys.
You never did this.
When's the last time we all
question-
got together like this?
This question reminds me.
Oh, we've got one. Okay.
Of the last one that you didn't answer.
Oh, Did I not answer the last one?
Yeah. Have you ever been in an accident while driving the cash cab? And
I will say that this is the right time to ask me that question, not when I'm driving you in the cab during a game, because I kind of feel like you're tempting fate
oh, do people do that?
all the time.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
not cool.
You ever get in an accident? I'm like,
Touch
the answer is
wood.
no. The answer is no. I have never gotten into an accident in the cash cab. I've never hit anyone, and no one has ever hit me on any type of vehicle. And there's a lot of fucking vehicles out there in
That's
New York
nice.
City now. There's fucking rickshaws and unicycles and segways and hoverboards. People on just riding a single wheel that's like facing different directions. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? Never hit
Yeah.
anybody, never. A couple other people that were returning the cab to the garage, they crashed it.
Oh really?
Yeah. They weren't even hosting a show, they were just driving.
Wow. I knew that happened with the Canadian cab, but with your cab too.
Yeah, but like fender benders. They
Right.
never hit a pedestrian. That's all right. Fuck. Let's move on from that business.
All right. And then someone else asks.
I never
how
ran
you-
over no pedexers, man. Never.
That's good. Ben is a very safe driver.
Oh, thanks, babe.
I always feel safe with you in the car. And
It's because you don't know what I'm thinking.
he's usually schooling when he's not hosting the show, he's schooling the other drivers around him out loud.
Oh yeah.
Not so they can hear, but
Yeah,
but
sometimes.
I can hear.
Sometimes they can
Oh,
hear it.
occasionally.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
People drive me nuts on the road, man. They infuriate me. They do the dumbest things. It's
Yeah.
amazing. You ever see somebody do something on the road so bad that you have to catch up to them and see what they look like? And you get up there and you're like, oh, that's what a fucking asshole looks like. One time I did that, I got up next to the car and it was me. That was like a fourth dimensional bit. It's impossible. It couldn't have been me. So what was the question was the accident? That's the one I didn't answer. I was thinking you were referring back to one before
Yeah.
that. Who was that question from, by the way?
That was from Lourdes on Instagram.
Oh, right. That was that same one. Thank you, Lourdes. Sorry to hear about your dad. I hope you're doing okay.
And this person also on Instagram, I don't have a real name for them. It's 22p_arc.
Okay. 22p_arc.
Says
Clever name.
How do you stay so calm driving in the city? That's impressive. I get that. I get that you have to clearly ask the contestants the questions, but some kind of honking or shenanigans are always happening. I would be redoing every question. How do you do it?
A lot of practice is the right answer to that.
Yeah.
But it's a loaded question. I do not always remain totally calm. Sometimes I lose it. There is a story. There's the end of my old special, Road Rage and Accidental Ornithology. The very last bit is a road rage story about something that actually happened while we were filming Cash Cab. I was out of the cab and ready to like pound this dude.
Ready to rumble?
Ready to rumble, yeah. And that that happens. We're out there on the street in New York. It's not like the people going by and the other cars are extras in this movie that we're making.
Yeah.
They're real. The garbage trucks are real. The buses are real. Everybody's
And you're
really out there working, and I'm really driving.
You're really
cab.
driving.
And once in a while, shit gets you. I haven't remained calm through the whole thing, but I appreciate your appreciation of doing all that stuff at once in that scenario, because it is certainly not easy. It's a. People often say to me, "You are the hardest working man in show business," and I think it might be true. When I'm driving the cash cab and hosting the show, I think it might be true in some of those moments.
I've seen how tired Ben is at the end of those insanely long days of doing that. And yeah, I can.
She's like, "Are you
attest to
hungry?"
that.
I'm like, "Leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Anyway, here is some.
I just need a minute. Could you just leave me alone for a minute?"
There's what?
There's some applause and cheers for the hard work.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. It looks like Instagram is getting ready to shut down on us,
Oh, okay.
which means we're coming up on an hour.
Oh, maybe it's
We've got
the one.
46 seconds, everybody. 46 seconds. Send your donations to
No Kid Hungry.
No Kid Hungry. And what was did we have another thing we were going to share?
Every $50 donation can provide up to 500 meals.
Holy shit.
children.
Every $50 can provide up to 500 meals
Yep.
for children in need of those meals right now, you guys.
And
So,
every day they're serving an estimated 1.7 million meals.
holy
to
moly.
kids.
All right.
So they
Let's
need
donate.
help.
We're running out of time. No new updates on new show dates, but we'll put those on the website as soon as we have them. And I'm going to leave you guys with this because everybody's been asking for it. Red Light Challenge!
Woo!
Instagram quit right in the middle of that. Guys, thank you so much. Go to the YouTube channel and sign up if you haven't. There's lots of good stuff to check out. There's Boam. We're going to put, I know I keep saying we're going to publish some different videos and we haven't done it yet, but we're going to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. Hang in there, guys. Do the right thing. This week's How to Be a Decent Human Being. If you're at the grocery store, don't take the last one of something unless you need it, and there's only one left, right? If you don't need it, don't take all of the stuff. Try to leave some for everybody else in the hopes that it will be replaced and you guys can get it next time, all right? Try to keep some normalcy going. Thank you so much, everybody. Hang in there. We'll see you in a few days. Next week, we'll see you on next week's show. Good night. Bye.